I'm Jim Marshall, and I guess the first thing you should know about me is that I was born in Texas. I was born in the very beautiful old city of San Antonio. I was born practically in the Alamo, which is this building right here. So I'm about as Texan as you can get. Now I try to put a little bit of Texas in every book I do. I put the foliage, I put the farm I grew up on, I put my school in. I liked my school a lot. I put my teacher, my favorite teacher, she pops up quite a lot, and every so often I put in my least favorite teacher. I come from a typical family: mother, father, baby sister, and me. In Texas, it always seemed to be summer. When I was growing up, it was in the middle of this famous 7-year drought. Actually, it lasted a lot longer than 7 years. And the world was very brown, dusty, bone dry. So I grew up in a sort of colorless childhood. Only things that grew out on our farm were a few pathetic zinnias. I sketch usually from ideas that come out of my head. Everything I see has to sort of filter through my imagination. Doing the kind of work I do, which is doing series often of the same characters, the important thing is to try and keep it fresh. And for me, I want to change the characters. The eyes are very, very important, the expression in the eyes. And I notice the more I look at kids, I just don't draw the same face. It sort of looks the same because I got this style that's obviously mine. But the expression in the eyes, I can draw really bratty kids now. I'm getting very good at kids who are up to no good. Bulldogs are great to do, those big, sort of stupid, loving eyes. I always had lots of bulldogs, and they're wonderful characters. I think, though, most of my animal characters are really just humans dressed up as animals, if you know what I mean. For many, many years, I worked at a kitchen table, a very rickety kitchen table. And always in the back of my mind, I knew I wanted a real studio, an artist studio. I guess I thought that would make me more of an artist if I got one. I loved looking at pictures of studios. Picasso's studio, for instance, fascinated me. And finally, lo and behold, I got a real studio. This is my very first studio. And for about a year, I couldn't work in it. I was very intimidated. I had to go back downstairs and work at the kitchen table because I felt comfortable there. My studio is in my attic. As a kid, I used to love attics. They're very enchanted, poetic places for me. I guess attics are everybody likes an attic, I guess, as opposed to basements. My basement is very creepy, and I don't like to go down into it. I'm told a big black snake lives down there. Anyway, I have the best of two worlds. I have my attic studio, which I find it's very cozy and snug up here. And I have all the things I love up here, my favorite books, and drawers full of sketchbooks. When I was in the 2nd grade, I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to be an artist very badly, and I thought I was pretty good. I went to school in Texas, and I remember it was a very hot May afternoon. If you've ever been in San Antonio, Texas in May, you know what hot is about. And in the afternoon, we were all so tired, the only thing we could do was sit around and draw. And I thought I was drawing one of the most beautiful pictures of a pecan tree. I thought I was a little baby Picasso. And suddenly, from behind me, I heard laughing. Hysterical, rather witch-like laughing, and a long, skinny arm with long black fingernails came across my shoulder and tapped my drawing. It was my teacher. She said, "Jimmy, you will never be an artist. That is the worst drawing I've ever seen." Well, I remember dropping my little lime green Crayola at the time, and I didn't draw again for over 20 years. I started drawing when I was teaching school. Teaching school is a very, very hard job. And I would come home, and to relax, and to unwind, I would start drawing. I was in my late 20s when I guess, taught myself to draw. And I drew you know who, and it looks exactly like her. But I often tell kids, I say, if you're having trouble disciplining your teacher, that's often very hard to do. I tell them that you just tell that teacher, now listen here, one of these days I'm going to grow up, I'm going to be an artist, and a writer, and I'm going to put you in a book, and they'll shape up right away.